Hi everyone, my name is Daniel Tang. I'm from Huawei's data communication product line. It is my great pleasure to share with you some of our latest progress in data center networking solutions, enabling the transformation of data center from cloud-centric to intelligence era. So we all remember almost 5 years ago, it is a very lengthy process to get a new credit loan. We need probably to fill out a lot of paper forms and then take them to a bank office, probably queue for a while, and then submit all those paper forms and then go back home waiting for the results. It may come in 1 week. It may come in 1 month or even a few months. But nowadays, it is very easy. I just did a little test a while ago using my mobile app from my bank. I tried to apply for a credit loan. After a few button pushes, it says, we'll give you the result in less than 15 minutes. And then the short message came in less than 5 minutes telling me how much credit loan I can get. So this is very impressive progress compared to where we were 5 years ago. So where did all those time go? From 1 week to 5 minutes or 15 minutes. Of course, in the past, most of the time was spent on manual evaluation. So all those paper forms need to be recorded into the system. And then there is a lengthy process that the bank staff will manually check out my credit history and then come up with a final decision. Of course, it's human-based effort, so people will need to leave the office 4 o'clock, well, probably 5 o'clock in the evening, and then they're not on duty in weekends. But today everything is different. The evaluation process is handled by automatic algorithms. Computers do not have holiday time or weekend time, and they don't leave the office 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So it is a 24-hour and 7-day effort, and a lot of the data is already available in the database. So all those decisions can be handled very quickly. So this is the change, right? The data center in the past was used for bookkeeping. So it has been an accounting center for a long time. But now the data center is the intelligence center. It is used to crunch the numbers and then create the data intelligence out of those raw data, and then increase the productivity with continuous data mining. So that's a change from accounting center to intelligence center, and create extra boost to productivity as a result of continuous data mining. So that is happening not only in the financial industry, but also in virtually all vertical sectors. So various kind of organizations now are using the data center as the intelligence brain of the organization. So in the past, we were saying that a data center is in the cloud era, meaning that elastic scaling capability of shared pool of resources for computing, for storage. But now we're talking about intelligence era. Data center is becoming a continuous data mining intelligence resource center, where we can continuously create extra data intelligence and convert that into extra boost to productivity. So in the financial sector, it could be used to accelerate the credit loan evaluation and approval process. It can also be used to recommend the most likely accepted financial products to your most important financial clients. In government, in telecom sector, in energy sector. So all these kind of data intelligence are now helping the digital transformation to get extra boost in productivity. Naturally, this will create new demand, not only for computing and storage resources, but also for data center networking solutions. We have identified three key challenges. First, supercapacity to allow for fresh data flow. So in the last 5 years, we have seen the data storage volume grow for more than 10-fold. Even more impressive is the access traffic to those new data. As we all know, in the past, in the accounting data center, all those data are typically used as bookkeeping. But in the intelligence era, we need to continuously do data mining. So that means the per copy data access is probably 10 or 100 times more iteration than in the past. For example, in AI training, there is almost a non-stopping background computing task to continuously do neural network algorithm to increase the level of intelligence. So that's why we see a huge growth, not only in terms of data storage volume, but also in the data center data access traffic. And it is not a surprise that we see more and more 100G and 200G ports in some of the latest data center servers. Now, another very important challenge is being able to support zero packet loss. So in the past, data packet loss was not a big issue. The bottleneck has been in the computing performance and storage performance. But both have evolved and progressed significantly in the last 5 years. So it is only natural that the data center network performance becoming the bottleneck. Working with one of the leading customers, we have identified that 1 extra percentage of data packet loss ratio could convert to 50% drop in AI training performance. So that is a huge impact on the efficiency and effectiveness of the computing and storage resources. So that's something we must conquer in order to support the transformation of data center into the intelligence era. Now, last but not least is being able to support non-stop service. As I mentioned, banking hours is no longer 8 hours a day and 5 days a week. It's 24/7. It may well happen that a desperate business entrepreneur will wake up in the midnight and then try to figure out how much credit they can get in a new loan. So that means we can no longer have planned shutdown time of the data center infrastructure to fix issues or to do upgrade. So the CloudFabric 2.0 will address all those three challenges: deliver super capacity, intelligent experience, and autonomous driving network. For super capacity, we're talking not just about the scalability, but also the flexibility. For example, the data center switch from Huawei is the first in the industry to support embedded AI inference chip to be able to do AI inference in real time, coping with some of the troubleshooting issues, and also being able to deliver zero packet loss with AI lossless algorithm. The other challenge, of course, is capacity itself. This includes first being able to support 400G, as well as backward compatible with today's 10G, 40G, and 100G. Another challenge is high density and super scalability. In the flagship product from Huawei, the Cloud Engine 16800, we can support 48 ports, each of them 400G, in one slot in one line card. So that's 3 times compared to the industry players. At the same time, the whole system per chassis scalability is also very impressive. It's 6 times compared to other industry players, being able to support 768 400G ports in one single chassis. So that's why we call it the highest performance data center switch into the AI era. Intelligent experience is very important. As we mentioned, we need to deliver zero packet loss performance. through latest technologies. This includes the embedded AI inference chip, as well as very advanced AI algorithms to deliver a eye lossless capability. When we work with our leading customers, we have verified that this can significantly improve the performance in two typical scenarios. One is the AI training. So the AI training needs continuous iteration of data access and computing in huge matrix or huge TensorFlow kind of operations. So our eye lossless algorithm can boost the AI training performance by 27% when working with our customers, and that's verified by TOLIS test results. Another very important scenario is data storage efficiency. We can boost that by 30% when working with our leading customers. So those are already two very important scenarios for the zero packet loss delivered with the intelligent algorithms. We're also working with our customers to explore new opportunities. So hopefully with this kind of enhancement to the Ethernet-based data center switching fabric, we can consolidate the previous high-performance data center fabric storage network into one single Ethernet-based consolidated infrastructure. Not only boost performance of AI training of storage network access, but also greatly save the total cost of ownership by the consolidation of a number of vertical independent physical networks. So all of our customers are very excited about these new capabilities. And one of that customer is Huawei itself, because we also have the Huawei Cloud business. Working with our colleagues in the Huawei Cloud service, we already have verified the zero packet loss capability can greatly improve their business. So in the Atlas 900, the biggest AI training cluster in the world, we can already support more than 1,000 petaflops of AI training performance. That is the highest record of computing performance in the world. Another very important scenario is all flash-based cloud storage service. Of course, in combination with cloud computing offerings, this is a very trendy new product in the industry. So when you upgrade the computing performance and storage, it is only natural that we also need the latest technology in data center fabric to support all those progress in computing and storage level. So we're also continuously working with Huawei Cloud to explore new application scenarios, and we believe it is a great future to further accelerate the transformation of data center infrastructure into intelligence era. Now let's move on talking about the autonomous driving network. We all know that SDN is a great progress in technology for data center network operation. It has greatly accelerated the provisioning of network layer configurations. However, that is not enough to fully automate the data center operation. There are three challenges. First, more and more service level provisioning is being added to the data center network, especially for financial industry. So that means we need to be able to automatically translate the service level intent down to the network level provisionings. So this intent translation is very critical for automation of data center network operations. Now the other thing is about verification of those incremental provisioning commands. As we all know, there is a lot of historic provisioning already running in the data center network. How do we ensure that your additional incremental provisioning does not interfere with those existing operations? So naturally, we do need a automatic verification for new additional provisionings. This has to be automatic because there is so huge amount of existing pool of provisionings, it is almost impossible to use human to do the verification. And then troubleshooting. When things get very automatic, then it is virtually impossible for the operational team to keep track in real time what is the current status of the network. So we do need tools to have transparency, visibility into the data center operation status, as well as the knowledge graph kind of database to quickly do the troubleshooting. So these are the key challenges moving into intelligence era for data center network, and autonomous driving network can help us greatly on that aspect. So the concept of autonomous driving has been borrowed from other industry, referring to different levels of automation for data center network. Currently, we already have achieved level 3 autonomous driving for data center. So level 3 means conditional full automation. Conditioning means in some selected scenarios, we can achieve full automation. We already have been working with our customers in joint innovation program to be able to do full process automation, especially for troubleshooting the most challenging scenarios. 85% of most frequent seen outage patterns in data center network. We call it 135. So basically 1 minute to recognize there is outage, or if you can do better, a potential outage, we call it an issue. And then 3 minutes to do the troubleshooting, pinpoint down to the root cause of that outage or issue. And then 5 minutes to come up with recommended solutions to fix the issue. Of course, for accountability reasons, we still need a human operational team to make the final decision. Basically, pick up one of the recommended solutions and commit that command to fix the issue. So that's purely because of the accountability issues. So the system itself is already very, very capable. So that's the most challenging issues that we already have conquered. Of course, other issues like service intent translation, automatic verification of provisioning are already included in our solutions. So that is why we are proud to won the year 2020 Gartner Peer Insight Customer Choice distinction, as well as the Frost & Sullivan Global Data Center Switch Technology Leadership Award in Huawei's Cloud Engine flagship product, the 16800 data center network switch, featuring super capacity, support highest density of 400G line cards, and highest scalability of the system, as well as intelligence experience, being able to deliver zero packet loss. And then, last but not least, autonomous network driving, level 3 automation, being able to achieve 135, 1 minute to recognize network issue, 3 minutes for troubleshooting, and 5 minutes to fix the network issues. So with that, I will wrap up my presentation, and I'll be happy to hand over to Mr. Niu. Let's welcome Mr. Niu to share their experience working with Huawei's CloudFabric solutions. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Niu Wenchao. I'm from the Data Center Department of China Construction Bank. Thanks to Huawei for organizing the event. It's a great opportunity and a pleasure for me to share with you how CCB's network has supported the bank in coping with the epidemic this year. I'll talk about 4 things in my presentation: the fintech strategy of CCB, what we've done during the epidemic and what results we've achieved, and thirdly, the opportunities and challenges of intelligent finance and intelligent data center to the network and how the network should cope with it. As the internet becomes an integral part of our lives, financial services are also moving to online. Mobile services, agile infrastructure, and highly frequent transactions are the key features. In 2011, CCB launched the TOP Plus strategy. T represents technology. Technology and data are two key elements to drive our transformation. O is openness of capability. CCB wants to open our capabilities in traditional banking services such as lending, insurance, and funds to the society. P represents platform ecosystem. The traditional deposit, loan, and remittance financial service platform cannot cope with the changing demands of our customers. We need to embed financial services in specific scenarios. Our solution is to not only build our own financial service platform, but also a platform with our partners. Plus refers to a culture of learning and innovation to support future-oriented, sustainable development. CCB will use ABCDI technologies to empower fintech. AI, B, blockchain, C, cloud computing, D, big data, and I, IoT. According to our 5-year fintech strategy plan, we will build highly efficient and synergetic tech governance system for innovation and establish research mechanisms to build up the services for innovation. This adoption of these technologies has built up our productivity, and that is why we were able to provide so many contactless services during the epidemic this year. During this period, we have fully utilized our network channels to provide 24/7 contactless services. Apart from satisfying day-to-day needs, we've also launched more than 10 products such as online loan fast track to satisfy and even lead our customers' financial requirements. To give you a simple example, during the epidemic period, on top of the telemedicine platform, at the beginning of February, we launched a section with integrated services on mobile banking and WeChat banking. We provide real-time data related to the epidemic, free online consultation, information monitoring, close contact tracking, and a fever clinic information, as well as postponed requests for individual loan payments, as well as donations. According to our data, by the end of April, this section of services received more than 18 million visits. According to our backend transaction data, after the outbreak, the over-the-counter transaction has experienced obvious decline, but the online transaction volume experienced a slight growth. It's safe to say that digital transformation has brought us an edge on the online platform so that we are able to cope with emergent situations in an agile way. This epidemic has taken our learning and working to online. It has impacted traditional sectors and changed people's mindsets. This will definitely speed up digital transformation. On the other hand, China is driving forward the new infrastructure construction, such as 5G, IoT, industrial internet, and large-scale data center, to provide a fertile ground for digital transformation across all sectors, including finance. We at Data Center provides the critical infrastructure for financial innovation. We need to rise up to the new challenges and new trends, adopt new technologies to re-architect the traditional IT and network infrastructure. As I mentioned, there's the trend of intelligent finance. What kind of data center does it require? We found that the bookkeeping-style traditional data center cannot cope with the changing demands of people's lives. We see this trend becoming more and more significant. So what does it require? What kind of data center is needed to support its development? Personally, I believe that intelligent finance data center must adopt new technologies such as internet, big data, and AI to improve the efficiency of financial services on online channels and expand the width and depth of financial services to make financial services more intelligent and personalized. The data center must be able to absorb the changes of services. It must be able to scale up and down in an agile way and cope with fast changes. And the barrier network of the infrastructure must be highly reliable, stable, and highly automated. With the surge in traffic and the number of devices, network complexity will definitely increase exponentially. It requires high level of automation and intelligence. Huawei has borrowed the concept from the automotive industry and launched autonomous driving network solutions. CCB has worked with Huawei in this domain for joint innovation as well. We've achieved some results. I highly agree with this solution. It's about the network being driven by business logic and service intent. It's about shifting from passive to proactive O&M. I'll briefly introduce autonomous driving network as a concept. And you can see which level of autonomy your network has. There are 5 levels of autonomy. L0 is the most basic one. There is mostly manual O&M with some assistance of monitoring. Most dynamic tasks have to be implemented by people. L1 represents assisted O&M. The system can carry out repetitive tasks based on known rules to improve efficiency. L2 is partially autonomous network. Based on determined external environment, system can manage the O&M of certain elements to reduce the requirements on people's skill set. L3 is an autonomous network with conditions. The system can sense the changes in the environment and make adjustment dynamically to manage based on intent. L4 is a high level of autonomy. The system is capable of managing the network in more complex cross-domain environment driven by customer experience in a predictive or proactive way to reduce customer complaints and improve satisfaction. L5 is a fully autonomous network. This is the ultimate goal. It's a system that can manage the whole life cycle in an automated way across multiple services and multiple domains. It's truly a network that drives itself. But this is the long-term vision. It requires the collaboration across all parties in the industry. At the current stage, we can map our capability to different levels and implement according to different scenarios. So coming back to the practices in CCB in terms of digital transformation and fintech strategy, I want to first talk about the challenges to data center network. First, the exponential growth in network nodes and complexity. Currently, we have two cloud stacks. The private cloud provides stability. It's been in use since 2013. For 7 years, it has supported the operation of our new generation core systems. We have 3 data centers in 2 locations. On the other hand, the public cloud stack provides agility to the innovative services. It's been put in use since 2018, and so far we have more than 37,000 cloud servers. The second challenge is that there is higher demand on the network and higher requirements on speed. The current limited manpower for O&M cannot cope with this demand. The third challenge is that we have limited means of O&M. The network faults are not predicted. It requires expertise to manage them. As services move to cloud, how do we ensure the stability of the services? How can the network sense the problem before it's sensed by the services? Of course, there are many other challenges. I won't list all of them. I'm sure all sectors have their own story and their own pain points and will require different solutions. Currently, CCB is working with Huawei in the joint innovation of autonomous driving data center network. With Huawei's autonomous driving network system, iMaster NCE, on top of the SDN architecture, we can get a level of autonomy for network planning, deployment, operation, maintenance, and optimization. It has achieved L3 autonomous driving. In day zero network planning and design, the system can understand business intent and select the best network configuration in an intelligent way. And with GUI and drag and drop, the deployment efficiency is 3 times what we had before. In day 1 service provisioning, through pre-simulation and post-verification, we can reduce 40% of configuration errors. In day 2, with O&M monitoring and day N fault management, we have 3 levels of configuration rollback to recover the services to a stable state within 20 minutes. There's also network health check and AI knowledge graph that helps us achieve the fault sensing in 1 minute, fault location in 3 minutes, and fixing the fault in 5 minutes. I'm sure as the technology develops, we will achieve in the end a fully autonomous and self-healing network. I want to end with a saying that resonated with me. Time waits for no one. As the market is experiencing disruptive change, only those that seek change can win in the market and embrace digital transformation. The epidemic has brought the trend of online digitalization and intelligence to the front. CCB is committed to adopting SDN and autonomous driving network technologies to cope with the fast demand in data center, online services, and digitalization to support our innovation of the future. Thank you.